Elon Musk's plan to colonize Mars. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Cyber Central. In today's video we're going to talk about Elon Musk's plan to colonize Mars. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our videos. Elon Musk has spent nearly 2 decades rallying SpaceX fans around his goal of colonizing Mars, something world governments aren't currently attempting. In part because of the unfathomable price tag such a mission will entail, Musk, the company's CEO and chief engineer, refers to his interplanetary ambitions more like a sci-fi protagonist with a moral calling than an entrepreneur with a disruptive business plan. If there's something terrible that happens on Earth, either made by humans or natural, we want to have life insurance for our life as a whole, Musk said during a virtual Mars conference on August 31st. Then there's this kind of excitement and adventure. SpaceX's plans for a red planet settlement brings up numerous technological, political, and ethical questions. One of the most challenging hurdles also may be financial. Not even Musk has ventured to guess at an all-time cost estimate. The last space program that came close to Musk's interplanetary travel ambitions was NASA's Apollo program. The mid-20th century effort that landed 6 spacecraft and 12 astronauts on the moon. Apollo cost over $280 billion in today's dollars, and in some years, NASA was taking up more than 4% of the entire national budget. The Space Agency, which in more recent years has received less than half of 1% of the federal budget, is mapping its own plan to return humans to the moon and eventually path to Mars, but the agency has not indicated how much the latter could cost either. Musk's personal wealth has ballooned to about $100 billion, at least on paper, thanks in no small part to a series of stock awards from his electric car company Tesla. Musk has also repeatedly said that he hopes profits from SpaceX's other businesses, including a satellite internet venture that is currently in beta testing, will help fuel development of his Mars rocket. SpaceX has also raised nearly $6 billion from banks and venture capitalists, swelling into one of the most highly valued private companies in the world. According to the data from PitchBook, presumably at least some investors will one day be looking to cash out, and that begs a question. Is there money to be made on Mars? Interplanetary profit. SpaceX is likely still many years away from developing all the technology a Mars settlement would require. The company is in early stages of developing its Starship, a massive rocket and spaceship system that Musk hopes will ferry cargo and convoys of people across, at minimum, 30 million mile void between Earth and Mars. Musk has estimated Starship development will cost up to $10 billion, and Musk said August 31st that SpaceX will look to launch hundreds of satellites aboard the Starship before thrusting in with human lives. If it provides capable of trek to Mars, settlers will need airtight habitats to shield them from toxic air and the deadly radiation that rains down on the surface. It's not for the faint of heart, Musk said. Good chance you'll die, and it's going to be a tough going. It'd be better to be glorious if it works out. But for at least the first 100 years that humans have presence on Mars, the economic situation will be dubious, said Michael Meyer, a lead scientist for NASA's Mars exploration program, which recently launched the Perseverance rover to further study the planet robotically. Musk does have a plan for making Mars an attractive destination for long-term living. Terraforming, a hypothetical scenario in which humans make Mars more Earth-like by pumping gases into the atmosphere. It'd be an attempt to use the same greenhouse gases causing the climate crisis on our home planet to make Mars' atmosphere thicker, warmer, and more hospitable to live. Musk has promoted the idea that the process could be kicked off by dropping nuclear bombs on the planet. The idea of terraforming arose from scientists who were kicking around ideas, Meyer said, but not from anyone who thought it was something humans could or should do. It was an intellectual exercise, Meyer said, but there's barely an oxygen in Mars' atmosphere, and there's an infinitesimally small amount of water, meaning it'll be extremely difficult to grow crops, much less create a Mars-wider water circle. It's not even clear if there are enough resources on Mars to make terraforming possible at all. I think Total Recall has the right idea, he joked. You need to use some alien technology. Musk also acknowledged that terraforming will be extremely resource intensive, but the concept is ingrained in SpaceX's lore, so much that the company sells t-shirts saying Nuke Mars and Occupy Mars. Musk is frequently seen wearing one. Values and valuations. There are no known resources on Mars that would be valuable enough to mine and sell back to earthly businesses, Meyer said. Part of the reason scientists are interested in Mars is it's pretty much made from the same stuff as Earth, he told CNN Business. Musk has previously suggested that he agrees, noting that the resources on Mars would likely be valuable only to settlers hoping to build up industries on the planet. He noted 8 years ago that only economic exchange between Mars and Earth dwellers would be intellectual property. Money-making ambitions aside, the idea that Mars could one day become home to the metropolis and potentially a tourist destination is acknowledged by mainstream scientists like Meyer, NASA's lead Mars expert. Meyer said that 20 years ago, he attended a presentation about Mars business and tourism. I went in pretty skeptical of this, and coming away I was thinking, well, there are some pretty reasonable ideas. He said, adding that now he embraces the idea of business people can make space travel more accessible. Meyer added that in his mind, if not if Mars travel will one day be profitable venture, but when. Musk hasn't expanded on his ideas for making money on Mars, but his musings about exporting intellectual property echoed a book written by Robert Zubrin, an influential but polarizing figure in the space community and longtime Musk ally. Ideas may be another possible export for Martian colonists. Zubrin, who heads the Mars Society, wrote in an off-cited 1996 book, The Case for Mars. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss any amazing video from us. Also watch the next two videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. Thank you for watching this video and we'll see you on the next one.